All right, it's Memorial Day. Unfortunately, today was a horrible rainy day. Everything is muddy again, and we're here towards the end of the day.
Yep.
We decided to just kind of take another chill day on Monday because it's a holiday. Ashley worked for a couple hours, and then they've been playing gold miner. Her dad's been running the excavator all day, so that hasn't stopped. So we're gonna just take a walk through the property to see what the current status is. Tomorrow we get back the grapple attachment for the track steer. So we're looking forward to being able to move brush and trees again with the track steer so we can be productive again. We're gonna have to get Chainsaw Squad back up and running. You ready for that again, or are you gonna?
Probably should have covered those.
We're kind of running out of tarps. That's probably needs to be recovered.
Yeah.
Looks a little bit. So yeah, this is. It's actually not too bad, but I think there's standing water here, but it's not churned up, so.
Last thing you want to do.
Last thing you want to do is fall on your butt.
Slap right in the mud.
Yeah, that's how your day gets ruined.
Yep.
Just take it nice and slow.
It's steeper than I thought it was going to be, but it's.
Once there's a good gravel bed and it's
Yeah.
all packed gravel, it's pretty steep though. It's
Yeah.
not probably the worst. At the worst part, it's about as steep as the other road.
Yeah, the driveway. The road coming up here.
So we still have a massive pile of brush and trees that need to be processed over here to the left. We have some processed logs down here. So this whole area is the parking area that we're gonna build. All of these stair steps need to be backfilled with gravel, and eventually we'll have a flat surface going all the way across this open area. So at the very lowest stair step, it's maybe about 10 feet of fill that needs to be brought in. And it looks like Dad's starting to develop the grade of the turnaround. We've got a pile of pit run gravel here that we can start using to backfill. This is nowhere the amount that we need, but we can start somewhere. And as we dig more into that ridge, we're gonna have more and more gravel that we can start pushing down. And this right here, we've marked C1. This is the center point of the driveway turnaround circle.
Yeah.
We made it.
Pushing all the dirt this way towards where the cabin will be. It'll be resting on dirt, and then it's exposing all this gravel, which I'm trying to cut to equal the grade down there.
Okay.
Spreading it out.
Well, I thought even here, around here is going to go down another foot
Yeah,
or two.
it's a lot of work to.
Because we want to grade it to about the height over there.
Once we set the laser level up, then we'll kind of know better what we're doing. I'm just winging it by what it looks like. If it looks too high, I push it down.
Yeah, you can take it off in layers.
But I've already dropped this right here 3 feet.
Yeah.
Can you tell?
Yeah. Yeah, over this area.
Yeah.
This is about the same, but
And that's gone up. That's gone up 4 feet over there.
how are we going to process these trees if you're making a big berm there?
I'll level it out. I mean, do we want the cabin to be downhill from the turnaround?
No, all of it needs to be the same. This turnaround needs to go down 3 feet, and over there needs to go down 3 feet. It all needs to be flat.
Well,
If you go look at the property diagram, it comes down the driveway, and then it levels out, and from that point it's just flat. The whole thing across is flat.
Well, that's what I'm trying to get to.
So any material should actually be going over there towards the parking lot.
Yeah. But
Otherwise you're just moving it there and then gonna have to move it back.
But dirt's not really stable. That's a hillside there.
Okay, well then you shouldn't be spreading the dirt out. You should just be putting it in a dirt pile that can be moved easier.
Yeah, well, I can always dig it up into a pile. That's easy enough.
Right.
I'm just trying to get it. Basically, I'm just.
That's some pretty good pit run though you got there.
Oh, I'm trying to get the dirt off of the turnaround circle and get down to gravel for the
Yeah.
circle. That's what I'm basically doing.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna go check up there.
Oh yeah, there's the stake. Yeah.
You guys want to go up the hill further and check out, see how much has been excavated?
You can walk to the R1 stake.
This is pretty good gravel you got back here. This is like primo.
Someone should.
Look at this stuff. Man, that's good gravel. That's pit run right there. Yeah. Water, any kind of standing water on this will just seeps right through. It doesn't puddle or anything. I mean, it's been raining and this is all like nice and dry. I mean, it's not dry, but there's no standing water. So let's start making our way up here. This is the very top of the ridge. We have it marked with another red stake. So we're gonna get back onto dirt here and it's gonna immediately turn into slop.
Stay in the tracks.
That is a lot of logs that we have to process.
Yeah.
That's a lot of root balls over there.
Yeah.
But if we get the track steer, we can just start going through that with you and Ashley on chainsaw duty and me just picking them up and making them easy for you to cut the root balls off. We can go through that like maybe a full day. We can process all that. If we just heads down, we can trade off chainsaw. You can get in the track steer for a while and make sure no one's getting too tired.
So I'm trying to.
And here we are. We're at R1.
Trying to visualize it. At what point, like at what grade, it's all gonna be? Is it like, is that pit down there gonna be filled in fully
Yeah.
with dirt and gravel?
Basically, where the driveway comes to its very lowest point, right around where that stack of freshly processed logs are down there, that's our grade level. And then from there, everything needs to be flattened out or backfilled. Including where we're staying now. So from here, it's like maybe 15 feet down. So from this ground right here needs to go down 10 to 15 feet.
So what exactly does that mean? That the property is going to be surrounded by cliffs of dirt?
Well, a lot of this material, you just go down 2 feet and it turns into gravel, see?
Yeah.
So all this gravel is going to be used to backfill the parking lot. So if you saw over there, Dad made like stair steps. That allows us to start scooping and then coming in from the side with the track steer and just start dumping gravel and basically packing it down until you get to the next stair step. And then you start filling in that stair step and eventually you have the entire driveway backfilled. At the end of the driveway, you end up with a cliff that goes down 15 feet, really steep. But we can basically mark it out so that you don't have to park. You shouldn't park near the edges of the driveway. Yeah, right here, R1, this is the very top of the property. This is the highest point in this ridge that we're excavating. Down there, it goes further down. This is the south face here, that goes down. And then over that goes towards the interior of the property and that goes down. So this whole ridge side here, where we're standing, even those two, even that dirt in the middle there needs to get flattened out. And then even then, the whole area needs to be dropped maybe an extra 10 to 5 feet over there. But here, it'll probably, at the very top, it'll probably be a 15-foot decrease. So think of just all the gravel under this whole ridge. Like there's gonna be a lot, and it's all needs to be backfilled, used to backfill the parking lot area. We gotta get all the trees processed with the grapple attachment. And then hopefully in the final week, we just use the bucket again to just start scooping huge amounts of gravel and backfilling and doing final grading. It's Tuesday. It's beautiful skies out today. No rain in sight. You ready to get to work today, Matthew? Yeah, today we get the grappler back. We woke up a little bit early. We got some errands to run in Wasilla today before we get the grappler. Force feed Dad an angry muffin as he says he doesn't like them anymore. Even though I actually made like 30 of them. Well, today has honestly been a horrible day. We've had issues with our excavation equipment all day, both the excavator and the track steer. The excavator thumb is still having issues. It's still leaking out of this joint right here on the cylinder. We thought this might need to be tightened, this end cap here. This all started because this safety pin was not installed, which allowed this axle to slide out over the last week. When this thing slid out, the thumb actually fell off of the cylinder. We determined the root cause of this hydraulic leak was caused by this axle sliding out. The cylinder was being actuated at a tilted angle, which we believe caused the gasket inside the cylinder to become damaged. So we contacted Totem Rentals, and they told us that they're going to have to take off this entire cylinder and the thumb. So we may be potentially out this thumb for the next week. So we're going to have to make do with just the bucket. This is only a small amount of the hydraulic fluid that's been leaking. We estimate we're losing maybe a gallon or two of hydraulic fluid every day. We got the track steer grapple attachment back today, but just as we were unloading it, we accidentally ripped out one of the hydraulic lines out of the attachment. The Sunbelt on-call service already came out and detached this hose. He should be back soon to get us back up and running. So just another shout out to Sunbelt Rentals. They have had incredible customer service. We wouldn't be where we're at today with the property without them keeping us up and running. So Matthew and Dad are currently down at the bottom of the driveway. They're performing some additional surveying. This right here is the birch tree that was all the way up on the top of the ridge. We pulled it all the way up here, up the driveway. I'm starting to cut into it, see if the wood is any good. It's definitely a dead tree. It's been dead for several years, but it looks like it's almost too dead. The wood on some parts of the tree is starting to rot. So this is most likely not good enough for firewood in a stove. But our idea is that we're going to chop it all up and use it to start a large fire that we can use to start processing and burning up all this brush. So I'm getting some birch bark ready. I'm going to restart this fire, and we're going to see how large this fire can get. It's been several hours of slowly building up this fire more and more. We now have an incredible bed of coals here. I just piled a bunch of fresh logs on from this tree. This is the birch tree that was down on the property from the very beginning. Ashley and Dad are down there trying to start a second brush fire. This one's almost ready to start burning brush. it's still evaporating some of the water on the ground. But you can clearly see the difference. This is darker soil, and then it gets a lot lighter over here. This isn't gravel, this is just very dry dirt. Been chainsawing up these tree trunks with the good old Pro-Yama. $200 Chinese chainsaw gets the job done.
It's just about time.
Hi. It's time to utilize this fire to burn some brush. Look at that flame, man, coming out the top. Hey, Ashley, you think that could cook a marshmallow?
Yeah.
Look at that thing.
That's some fun there.
Hey, go get one of your hot dogs and get it on a stick and see how fast we can cook a hot dog.
Sizzling black.
It would just be black in 0.2
Look at that,
seconds.
Bradley.
Too warm.
Bradley, look at that.
Yeah.
That's some combustion there. You shouldn't get close to it when it's too hot like that.
Yeah. You can feel the heat from back here.
Still feel the heat.
Yeah, it'll evaporate the ground all through here. It'll make it all get dusty.
Well, you got here just in time for the fun.
Like on Castaway, look what I have created.
Hey, Ashley, go stand over there.
It just started catching the back part of the pile.
It's Monday, right?
Tuesday.
It's Monday.
It's Tuesday.
Oh, it's Tuesday.
Yesterday was Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you looking at? I don't know. Waiting for something incredible. What does he say? Waiting for
What are
something
you waiting
amazing,
for?
I guess.
I don't know. Something amazing, I guess. So, what's your favorite flavor from Miller's Market?
That's really tough. Well, they switch them up, so probably right now the salted caramel.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Left or right?
I don't know. I've already drove to Wasilla like
Left
6
or-
times
left or
today. Well, yeah, no, well, I'm not that way. I want a chicken.
I want a chicken.
I